I have been getting a lot better, really. Like, I can't even complain. Like, the only way that you're really going to get better as a trader is if you continue taking losses and learning from them. Like, there's no way that you could get around it. It's just a part of how you become better at everything you do. All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're tuning in, my name is Lewis, and I am just simply documenting my trading journey. First and foremost, I want to thank you for the amount of support that you've been giving me on this YouTube channel and on all my other social media. So please make sure you leave a like and a comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments how your trading week went, how your trading journey is going overall. Please make sure you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and join the free Discord down in the description. Everything is down there. On Instagram, if you want to see my live executions, you can see it on there. If you want to see me trading live, join my premium Discord. I've been doing live calls with them every day. I did it every day last week, honestly, and I think I'm going to keep it going for this upcoming week. Please make sure that you tune in and check it out. We'll talk about it when we get to the Discord part. As of right now, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to talk too long. Let's just head into the sponsor of this video and the Discord, and then we'll take it from there. All right now we are in the sponsor of this video. If you don't know, it is Tektronix.com. If you click right here, you'll see, use my code LVFLIP for 10% off. Please check out their website if you're looking for the best quality PC in the market with the best parts that are available. Check out Tektronix.com. They have free shipping and they have a 1-year warranty, so take advantage of that. If you click the shop now button, you'll see it'll take you to my favorite setup that they own. This case I actually have on my specific setup. It's amazing. I love the LED lights. It's very flashy. Overall, I needed a case that was bigger and had more airflow because I have a big GPU, and this worked perfect. Now if you scroll down, you'll see everything that is inside this setup, and you can even hit contact them, and you'll be able to add or subtract anything in this setup if it doesn't add up to what you want. Obviously there's a lot more stuff and a lot of different setups ranging from different prices. If you do check it out, please use my discount code. Like I said, if you hit the payment options and you have something in your cart, for example, once you go to checkout, you just scroll down, you can even pay in installments, and if you use my discount code, you'll save $127, as you can see right here. Now overall, that's everything that I had to say. Do your own research on them and follow them on Instagram. Apart from that, let's head straight into my Discord. All right, as you can see, this is my Discord. We have now 114 members in here, and I'm extremely grateful for you. All that I ask as a requirement, if you're gonna join the Discord, is please be active in it. We want to keep the conversation going. As you can see here, we've been talking a lot this week. The link is down in the description if you are interested in joining. You can see here on the side, this is a lot of the stuff that we have. This here is for the premium Discord, obviously, where it says premium. If you haven't paid for the premium, you won't have access to it. This crypto and real estate are in the works. I'll give you a little preview to it, but that's about it. This is what you'll get in the free Discord. If you're interested in joining the premium or having one-on-one calls with me to learn how to specifically become a very good trader and learn how to read the markets, just hit the join premium. You'll see my one-on-one. If you need testimonials, you hop right here and you'll see the testimonials as well. But apart from that, all that I ask is that you please be active in the chat and join if you want to be a part of this community. Now let's hop right into the video. Now this is what the week ended up looking like. We had a Wednesday high all the way down to a Friday low. Wednesday was crazy because of the tariffs, but the trades that I took this week were a little different, honestly, than the trades that I would have taken. But like I always say in every video, I like to take these videos and use them as a journal / backtesting session with you, so that you see how I view the markets in a way, obviously, so I can learn from my mistakes and become a better trader overall. I do want to be very clear and very specific. That account that I had last week, the funded account that I passed, I lost it, man, and that ended up happening here this week. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday that I ended up losing it, and it was to do with that over trading. I overtraded on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I had a very good trade and I had good profits. Didn't take my profits. They came back up, and I kept taking the same trade and just being impatient early in the week. And towards the end of the week, I learned so much. Like, I think that this next upcoming week is going to be a very good week, and I'm not just saying that just to say it. I really sat back and I was very patient for the end of the week. I was really trying to really see the market for what it really is, and really I've been really working on my daily bias. My daily bias has really been on point because I've been trying this new thing that I have talked about in my Discord. If you check right here, where is it? Right here, daily bias. If you check that video out, man, that shit works, and me and my students have been using it, and they have been getting a lot of progress. I believe one of my students is very close to passing another funded account. I think that passing funded accounts is really fast and easy, honestly, so I'm going to try to pass another funded account next week. Check out my Instagram for the live executions. And I do want to say that for my Instagram, I didn't post live executions last week because my OBS was messing up. I don't know what it was exactly. I don't know, and I'm kind of testing this video out because the longer the video, it would just chop and it would record like a couple seconds and then just freeze freeze for the rest of the time. So hopefully I have fixed it. I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, messed around with the settings, and hopefully if you see this video coming out very clear, usually my videos that I'm recording like this for like 30 minutes, you see it clear, then we should be good for next week. I'm gonna keep testing it out tomorrow and today with like the longer videos. Like I'm gonna leave it recording for an hour to see if that works. But yeah, I'm done with the yapping. I wanted to let you know what happened, but let's head into Monday, because Monday was very interesting. Monday I took a short, and I can't remember where exactly I took the short, but I think it was here somewhere. Oh, I took a continuation short on Monday. Now I remember. So Monday I was targeting a target that was, I'll show you in the daily. So obviously we closed very bearish last week, so I was a bit bearish. So I was targeting this target on Monday, which was the Friday from September, which was basically the monthly low. And as you can see here, we got to it. And if I go on the 1 minute, I missed the best entry really, and I hesitated, and that's why I missed this entry. But the target was like around here somewhere, like somewhere here, right? I then see that we take out the monthly low. That's a monthly level, so obviously there's going to be some type of move in the opposite direction. That's a lot of liquidity taken out on that point. So if you take out that liquidity level, you're going to distribute them somewhere else, and you obviously see that they distributed them higher. But what I did was I took a short right here. Yep, in the second fair value gap, I remember exactly. Took it right here, and this day I couldn't record my execution, so I took this here, and I was targeting, I forget what it was. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, either and I had my stop above this. It was either this, a 1 to 3, or I was targeting this with my fib projections, targeting a 2. It was either that or this, can't remember exactly. And I was up, as you can see, price just ended up coming back up and taking me out, and I continued to take shorts, not paying attention to what, something very important that I learned, and obviously I kind of already knew it, but you know, really paying attention to it is when it's time to actually take certain trades. And I'll talk about that more in the rest of the days. But as you can see here, man, we took out a higher time frame key level. We souped that level one last time, and then as you can see, boom, came down to this down close candle, boom, came down to this one, came down to this fair value gap. Now we're starting to respect bullish order flow, and if you look over here, we even have this breaker right here. We end up respecting this breaker, which is a low high, lower low, higher high, come back to the breaker and take a long from there. All right, so as you can see, this is also a down close candle right here that should support price. You could take an entry in that. Either way, you can see that we're obviously now respecting bullish order flow, and I kept taking shorts and getting cooked. I think I took 3 trades this day, if I'm not mistaken, or 2, and I ended up only having, I rechecked my account, I only had from last week about $200 left on that account. I then was up, get stopped out. I don't know if I moved to break even or not, but I get stopped out. If it was break even, then I take another short, get stopped out fully, and then take another short and then get stopped out. So that's how I lost the account on Monday. I'm gonna start a new account on this Monday coming up. Obviously the news and all that stuff is gonna be very important, but I have been getting a lot better, really. Like I can't even complain. Like the only way that you're really gonna get better as a trader is if you continue taking losses and learning from them. Like there's no way that you could get around it. It's just a part of how you become better at everything you do. That's basically what I wanted to say in terms of that, because like I now am starting to understand, like, okay, even if we do have a bearish bias, and I did have an overall bearish bias, and you can see obviously my bearish bias overall was correct. You need to pay attention to what order flow is doing in the moment. Me wanting to take shorts from here because I was bearish on Monday makes no sense. I took a good short, saw that I was invalidated, then I could just sit back and really look at what's happening. Like that breaker held and kept pushing price higher. I should have been like, okay, maybe I should try a long here and see what happens, take it from there. But let's move on to Tuesday now. Tuesday, this is what Tuesday ended up looking like. I don't remember what trade I took. I don't remember what I took on Tuesday, really. I think this was the trade that I ended up taking on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I was targeting this here, but let me see. But overall, I think I was bearish on Tuesday either way. But let's take a look at what should have been taken. Even if I didn't take it, I can't remember really specifically what I took on Tuesday, and I can't go back and check it out on my Instagram because I couldn't record my executions. I could go in my journal and really see it, which I probably will end up doing, but let me see exactly what ended up happening. I think I took a short here, if I'm not mistaken. I took a short like right here, and they came down. I was in profit, came back up, stopped me out, and then I took another short, which was this short. Once I realized that order flow was now bearish for that moment. We came back up into this inverse gap right here. I remember now. Yep, right here. Took that short down to here, and that is the trade that I ended up taking on Tuesday. Nothing crazy. It was a 2R. No ridiculousness. I was honestly just targeting, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, honestly just trying to get my $1,000 on a funded account. That is what ended up being taken on Tuesday. But either way, I don't remember if I took 2 trades here, and I might have took this on demo. I might have taken this on demo if I'm not mistaken, because I do remember, like, I remember being extremely like impulsive and really just trying to get into a trade. So I saw us come up here. I take a short from like right here down. They come back up, take me out, and then I take another short before they start showing that we're gonna start heading lower. Even though if I was a little bit bearish in that instant, even though we did this later on, obviously, but it is very important to really realize why I messed up here and really notice, okay, even if I was bearish and they were gonna move lower from this point, it wasn't time for them to move lower for that point because no bearish confirmation had been secured. We had an SMT here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check it out. Oh, yeah, we had an SMT at the highs on Tuesday. I remember now as well. So that's why I was a bit more bearish. There was an SMT up here with us taking out the buy side from Monday. So you could see we got nowhere near it on Tuesday for ES. So that's why I was bearish and I wanted to take a short before taking this big long. But either way, if you look here, no, so there wasn't an SMT. I think I'm thinking about a different day. I think it was Wednesday that there was an SMT at the highs. But either way, they come up and I think we hit a 15-minute gap if I'm not mistaken. Let me go back to ES, or is that Wednesday as well? Yeah, we were inside a 15-minute gap right here. So from there, that's why I wanted to go short, and I did take that on demo because I took 2 L's right before I took the actual trade, and that made me like really sit here and think like, man, if I'm just patient enough to just wait a little bit longer, I'll be able to take very good trades and get money out of the market without taking losses. I really realized like, okay, we're taking shorts, or I'm bearish. What am I really supposed to wait for? I'm really supposed to wait for either a change of state, boom right here, or a confirmation, which was a close below this 1 minute fair value gap. This was a very important fair value gap, and once it closed below it, you can see that we dumped, came right back up. This is an inverse. We hit this up close candle, even tapped this down up close candle, and then started to head lower towards the sell side, which would have netted me a good amount, especially on micros, or especially on minis. I would have got a good amount out of this with a good risk. And honestly, it's just a matter of waiting for the correct timing, like really paying attention and seeing, okay, now I have confirmation that price is gonna head lower, especially since order flow started to become bearish here. As you can see here, we would come down and respect down close candles, and then we would push through the highs, reject lows, push through the highs, and then once we get here, we start to reject highs, push through lows, and now we're respecting up close candles. So the up close candles, every time we come into an up close candle, we end up heading lower. Right here, up close candles, boom, head lower, until we end up switching the trend again here on this side with this breaker, boom, breaker unicorn model, high, low, higher, high, boom, come back, touch it, and then they just send it from there. So it's very important to pay attention to what is happening. Now let's move on to Wednesday, because from here on out, I was like, I'm gonna be very patient on my trades, and you're gonna see the evolvement of these trades. Now here at 10, we just boomed. Honestly, if I would have saw an SMT at these lows and there wasn't an SMT, I was really trying really hard to like really see what's going on. There was really no SMTs this week. It's like they patch SMTs or something. But as you can see here, and I'll bring up ES as well, there was no SMT on that at all. I'll go on the 1 hour, for example. As you can see, we took out this low, we took out this low. There's no SMT at all. So if I would have saw an SMT, I would have took the long. I would have easily took the long on that day, especially at the open. No SMT. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and wait and see what happens. I have no clear direction of where the market is heading, so let me just sit here and relax and really wait. Then I see that this high up here is of interest. This is there was a gap as well. I believe it was a daily gap or a 4-hour gap. So I'm bullish. I'm very bullish on this day. I'm trying to see how I could get an entry in there, and I let greed take over this day, and the money amount blind me from what was really happening. So let's take a look here. I took this trade right here, right? This is my first trade. On this day, I got 2 break evens. I didn't lose any money, so I did very good, and this is exactly how I have to trade from now on. I took this trade right here, from here up, and I was targeting this point, right? So then I had my stop either below here or something like that, my original trade. So this was my entry, and this is my fill. I was in the call with my students. They can vouch for me. This is what they saw. I took this trade, and at this point up here, I was up 1,500, right? I didn't take my profits there because I was blinded by the fact that I was up, and I was only trying to get a $2,000 profit so that I will get out. I was gonna get out at $2,000 profit. I was $500 away from that profit, and this is why you can't focus on the money. You got to focus on what's happening in the daily levels. Obviously, if I bring up ES, and this is something very important too that I want you to pay attention to, because you see this level right here, that's the same level as this level, because if you look at the candles, they're the same level. There was obviously an SMT at the highs, and this was London highs, if I'm not mistaken. Once you have a SMT at a session liquidity, you want to take some profit and move to break even and just cut off the trade and try to look for another entry, because they're going to retrace. They're going to retrace, and that's exactly what they did. And I honestly wanted my original entry to be on this order block from here, but I saw that they were going to start moving higher from here, so I just took it from there because we were in a 5-minute fair value gap. So I took this for entry, and I was up 1,500. I moved to break even here. They came all the way back down, took me out, right? There was an SMT, but if you see this very candle right here, you can see there's a black candle here, which is a down close candle, and there's no black candle here. The candle is not black. That is called a precision swing point. And as soon as I saw that, I said it to my students too. I was like, I should take profits here and then just get out. I didn't. I saw it come all the way back down. They took me out. I wanted to see if they would respect this down close candle in this fair value gap, but no, they came down, took me out. I then see that they did that, and I was like, fudge, I messed up. So this trade ends up being a break even, the first trade. Then they come back down, take out the first position at break even. They hit the order block that I originally wanted to enter from. I saw that, and I take this entry here, and I took it here on this candle. So it wasn't when they came back down. So I take it here on this candle. They move up. I'm up like $300-$400 on this point, and out of fear, I move my stop straight to break even. They come back lower, take it out, and then they head higher. For the rest of the day, end up hitting the original target, which was this. This would have gave me the profit that I wanted for the day, but that up there would have that was a lot of money. But this right here got me angry, not at the market. I was angry at myself, because obviously all I had to do was just wait a little bit longer and trust the idea. Even if I did take a break even here, this right here is a good trade. I wouldn't have been mad at this trade at all, because this was a very good trade. This fair value gap should hold, and they should push price up from here, because we're still bullish to hit this target up here, and they did. And after this, I was just like, I'm on the right path. This is a true 2 break even trades. Yes, this trade right here, I went in my journal and I wrote down that I have to trust my ideas and not let fear intervene. I have to accept my risk, and whatever happens, especially after I take a break even trade like this when I was up 1,500, and I knew I should have took profits up here. I could have took my 1,500 there and then just watched what they were going to do, and then taken this entry, got in that 400, 500, and then got out. Been like, okay, I'm done for the day. It's okay. I learned a lot from this day as well. So let's move on to Thursday now. Thursday here was annoying as hell, but let's look at Thursday. And obviously this is the actual trade I took. This right here, this is the demo trade I took, and it obviously hit. But here's my problem. I entered on this trade here after we took out this buy side liquidity. We're inside a 15-minute gap. I'm looking for a 1-minute CISD. We come lower here, and I take an entry like right here, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. And then they do this, take me out. I lose about $600 on that. So if you know Top Step, you have a $1,000 limit, and I'm trading micros. I should have downsized, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be patient. We then have the SMT. This is the SMT that I was talking about earlier. As you could see here on Thursday, this high, we end up making a higher high on right here. We end up making a higher high on NQ and a lower high on ES. So that is my bearish SMT. I was bearish already on my daily bias, so I was like just waiting for them to manipulate, and that's exactly what they did. This is what I was talking about last week. Once you have your daily bias on point, you'll see the manipulation. So they make this big move up. I'm like, this is just manipulation to trap people and to go along. I wait, I see, boom, they came in lower, CISD. I'm like, okay, now that they have CISD, let me take my entry. I took my entry, and my daily drawdown was only letting me have my stop there. I honestly wanted to have my stop higher, so I should have downsized on this trade so that I was able to have this as my trade. It was a 3 basically, so this would have been a good entry, but my stop was right here. They come down, I'm up like 1,000 some change here, if I'm not mistaken. Then they come back up, take me out. I should have moved to break even. Why? Because this balance price range is still here, so this is something that they could come up to, and now I know this for sure. But if I don't have my stop at the protected high, if I get a move like this, move to break even, and whatever happens. If they just dump from here, good. If they come back up, look for another entry, because the trade idea isn't wrong until this high gets taken out, especially since it's the SMT high. I take that L, then I see them come up to this fair value gap, which is an inverse, right? They tap it and start to reject. So I take the entry here. I know it's over here, but I took it here. Then they dump straight up, just dump for the rest of the day. And I believe I sent it in the Discord as well, right here. As you can see, it hit for $3,000. But it is what it is. You take it for what it is, and then you learn from it, because that's what we're supposed to do as traders. Now let's move on to Friday, because that's what it is. But I was very patient on this day, and I was able to see the manipulation and see where they wanted to actually drive price. So let's move on to Friday now. Now this is Friday. Now why do I have this drawing like this? Because it was a clear market maker model. I took these 2 trades. I was trading demo on this day. I said I just want to trade demo. I want to make sure that I, you know, am sharpening my skills, and then I just wait for next week. You don't need to be trading every day. But I see that we have this 1 hour fair value gap here. So I'm anticipating a market maker buy model into a sell model, right? So that's why you see the rainbow, right? We took out this liquidity, so I was expecting them to come up into this gap and then head lower, right? So it's a 1 hour gap. The line time frame is the 5 minutes. So what I did, I saw that we tapped right here, just tapped. These 2 up close candles would become the order block because we swapped liquidity, and a close below this is the CISD. It's the change of state of delivery. And what do we do? Close below it, I take the entry at the CISD, they manipulate higher, and then I go on the 1 minute, they manipulate higher, and then they dump, right? They dump below this 1 hour low, so they dump, and I'm like, okay, I see that they're gonna head higher from here. So I think I took a long here as well, and then I noticed that we are in a sell model. Missed this entry. This was probably the best entry after this right here, this entry to go lower. Then they SMT at a 5 minute gap right here. So then I take this entry right here and target the low, which is the end point or the terminus of the market maker sell model. There's a buy model, sell model, sell side, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. And I've been really trying to work on my market maker models, because this works. This made a lot of sense. At first I was a little bit confused once we started to move up, but then I was like, wait, no, this is a market maker sell model. Like, it's very simple to see now. And this is obviously the point that was to draw on liquidity, and you can see it played out. But like I said, same type of idea. We were just bearish. So here, that was the 5 minute CISD. Took it on the 5 minute CISD. Originally my stop was up here, but then once they came up, they started to move lower. I moved it to that point, and then they just dumped. At the same time, they came up, and I think I took a long right here, right? Because there was a 1 minute SMT here, so I took a long here. Boom, they came all the way back up. I got out, then they start to dump, and I'm like, okay, let me keep watching what they're doing. I see the SMT up here. This is for 1 minute fair value gap. I barely tapped it. I don't even think they did tap it. I just got in there and then took the short down to the lows, and that is the week that I ended up having, man. I'm gonna be very patient next week. Just really become a really good trader. I can't keep making these mistakes and having these problems and then call myself a really good trader, honestly. So that is what it is. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, share it with a friend who's also on their trading journey. Please follow me on Instagram at LewisVisuals_. Join my free Discord down in the description. Use my discount code LVFLIP for 10% off at Tektronix. If you want to join my premium Discord, link is down in the description. If you want to join my one-on-one calls, the link is down in the description as well. And yeah, make sure you're on the lookout for my live executions on Instagram as next week rolls around. Apart from that, I want to thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.